Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Men in Arena, where the Royals are taking on the Colonials here. Game has just begun. Sorry, Bobby Backcheck was a little late. He's a little under the weather, but he's going to get us through the game. All right, so puck in the Royal zone. Marsala with it. Marsala moving it out. Marsala loses it to the Colonials, and they're bringing it in over the blue line. Shot out front is a save by Degenfeld. The rebound is taken away by the Colonials. They have it in the corner now. Marsala chips it up to Wakey. Wakey over to Connors. Connors moving up over the red line, going to dump it in and go for a change. Royals sending out Kern with Mesmer and a Pedisano. Lazzarino and Matlack on defense. Puck is shot down into the Royals' end. Lazzarino is there. Lazzarino looks to get it up the wall. Was stopped. Lazzarino takes a man down behind the net, kicks it forward, kicks it over to Kern. Kern back behind the net to Matlack, just out of his reach. Mesmer coming back to get it, chips it behind the net again. Mesmer takes 33 down. Royals use it, throwing their body early. Number 10, a Pedisano now going to get it. Chips it behind the net. Colonials pick it up. We're going to move it out. Puck is out of the zone. 33 has it. 33 moving up. 33. Oh, Matlack took him out. Got hit hard. Matlack now getting his stick. Indy has the puck behind the net. Moves it around to Matlack. Goes by him to Mesmer. And it's chipped to the blue line. They then chip it down low below the net. Matlack trying to get there. Mesmer has it now. Mesmer taken down. And now Kern has the puck. Kern off the wall. It's out of the zone. Colonials pick it up around their net, up the far side, dump it down. Should be an icing, and it is. We'll have a face-off deep in the Colonial zone, far side. It's going to be Marsala with Connors. And Royals were short a man. Now they're even. Puck is home run pass, tipped by the Colonials player, so no icing. Milak coming in on him, takes him out. Colonials pick up the puck. Milak picks it up, coming around the net now, moves it up and out. Kicked in, kept, they say. Not sure about that. Indy going back to get it. Puck is stolen away from him by the Colonials, moved out front. Nello is there. Nello off the wall to Marsala. Marsala tries to chip it by. It's held in. Milak coming across now to get it on the far side. Milak up to Craig. Craig chips it out. And we've got Nello in on the forecheck. Looks like we've got Nello playing forward today. Royals short a couple of forwards. I believe Serino and Spinella are not in the lineup today. Matlack now with the puck. Moves it over to Spinella, to Nello. Off the wall. Royals, Colonials keep it in. They have it now in the corner. Looking to move it around the net. Colonials now take it around the net, and they move it back behind the net. Marsala trying to work it free. Marsala with two men on him. And now Buzzy comes away with it. Buzzy up the far side. Chips it not out. And they keep. Matlack chips it away. Colonials keep it again. Matlack now taking the body. Looking to move it. Marsala has it. Moves it across to Nello. Off his stick. Colonials keep it in again. Matlack going back to get it again. Matlack tried to get there. Colonials beat him to it. Colonials have the puck in the corner. Matlack steps into the man. Marsala comes away with it. Marsala with the puck. Marsala coming around the corner now, moving up. Marsala over the red line. Marsala's going to dump it in and go for a change. Full-scale change for the Royals here. Connors with Wakey and Kern, Gindy, and Lazzarino on defense. Lazzarino stepped into the man. Royals get it out. Colonials have it. They dump it in. That's offsides. We'll have a face-off just outside the Royal zone. They're going to put it at center ice, actually. Joining Ken Hoey on the bench, Kyle Canny. We're going to have a face-off at center ice. It's going to be Kern with Connors and Wakey. Gindy and Lazzarino on defense. Puck is dumped in by the Colonials. Lazzarino going back to get it. Lazzarino tries to move it up the wall. Lost control. Colonials pick it up. Shot comes. It's deflected over the net into the corner. Gindy now with it. Chips it. Connors has the puck. Connors trying to move it out. Stuck on the wall. Gindy pokes it out. Puck's at center ice. Number 33 has it. He moves it across. They dump it in. Kern going back to get it with 33. They knock it off the back of the net. Indy now battling with the player. Kern now. Connors picks off the pass and he moves it out. Connors slips by. He's over the blue line. Connors trying to drag it through. He does. He's got Wakey out front. Shot just over the net. Looked like the goalie may have gotten a piece of it. And now the Colonials try another home run pass. That's stopped. And now Connors with the puck again. Connors dumps it in over the blue line. And Wakey going in on the forecheck. Wakey tries to stop the man. He does. Puck is chipped out. They try to move it in. It's off the player. And Messmer going in. They pick it up. They move it forward. And Royals come away with it. It's Milak with Wakey and Messmer. Milak taking it over the blue line. Tries to cut to the middle. Now Wakey has the puck. Wakey loses it off his stick. And they try to dump it out. And they do. Colonials now with the puck. Move it over the blue line. Marsala back with Messmer. They move it across. The shot is a score. Over the left shoulder of Schofield. A 1-0 lead for the Colonials. All right, we've got Kern with Nicoletta and Craig. Matlack and Lazzarino on defense. Space off is won back by the Colonials. They move it forward. Matlack is there. They chip it, and Colonial gets double teamed. Lazzarino comes away with it. Chips it up the wall to Nicoletta. Nicoletta off the wall. It's held in. Matlack going back to get it behind his net. Matlack now with the puck, moving it out. Matlack up the side wall. Chips it to Kern. It's over the line, but now Colonials pick it off and move it through center. Colonials coming over the blue line, chip it over. Shot coming is deflected by Lazzarino and wide. Lazzarino takes out the man. Kern going to get the puck on the far side. Kern with it now. Chips it out by everyone. No icing on the play. Colonials have it. Moving it up and out of the zone. Kind of a slow developing play. Looked off sides to me. Ref said no. Milak back to get it. Chips it around. Marsala coming over. Colonials meet him there. Puck is in the corner. 3 Royals, 2 Colonials. Little scrum on the wall here, and it comes to the point. They move it D to D. Shots coming. And it's a save Schofield. Marsala now with the puck in the corner. Chips it to the point. They have it there. They chip it back down low. Marsala stops it. Marsala trying to move it over. It got deflected. Milak now coming to pick up the puck at the red line. He gets hit there, and he chips it in. Connors on the forecheck. They go D to D with it. Colonials coming out of the zone. They look to move it to the middle. Man is there. He just dumps it in and goes for a change. Connors tried to get that puck. Colonials have it again. They go D to D, and they're over the red line. They move it over. Milak stepped up, knocked it away. Connors trying to get there. Colonials pick it up at center. And now a couple of players hit. We're going to get a penalty here. Looks like it's going to be Connors on a hook. So leave us alone. She can tell right away that I was bad for ball. Bad for ball. Bad for ball. All right, we're going to have a face-off in the Royal zone. Marsala there, moves it over. It's won back by the Colonials. They go D to D with it. Now they move it down low to the half wall, back to the defense. Shots coming there, saved there by Schofield. They pick it up on the far wall. Marsala on the forecheck there, tries to take the man. Matlack now trying to take the puck, battling with the player there. Matlack still on the man. Now they move it behind the net to the near side here, back to the point. Man has it at the point now. And they move it down low. Shot comes, it's score. New Jersey. What? What's the problem? Alright, so go get some temporary cement and stick it back in. Good. I'll text you. I'm calling the game. Bye-bye. Okay, I'll text you. Alright, 2-0 Colonials here. Royals with a face-off at center ice. One back by Kern. Busey has the puck. Busey now with the puck at the red line. Moves it over the blue line. Tries to get by. He gets taken out of the play. Colonials pick it up. Colonials now moving it out of the zone. Colonials looking to move it over. Royals pick it off. Kern dumps it out to Pedisano. Pedisano over the blue line. Pedisano trying to drive the net. He pulls up, loses an edge, and goes down. Colonials pick it up. Colonials move it out. They come in over the blue line. Colonials now keep the puck. They move it to the point. Pedisano is there to knock it out. Colonials have it now in their own zone. Moving over the blue line again. Offsides is the call. All right, face off just outside the zone. Ulak loses it to the Colonials. They come in. The shot goes wide. Colonials now pick it up at the point, dump it back in behind the net. Indy and Marsala both there. Colonials are going to come away with it. Nope, it's behind the net again. Indy coming at the player there. Colonials are controlling. Ulak takes out the man. Marsala there as well. And the puck comes free. They try to move it, and it's off players. Craig now has it, trying to move it out. He gets bumped off the puck. Colonials move it back to the corner. Ulak then they dump it out front. 53 of the Colonials now has it, taking it behind the net again. Colonials moving it around. They've got a wide open man, and they score. Royals running around their own zone. And the Colonials take a 3-0 lead here early in the first period. All right, face off here at center ice. Going to have Kern on the draw. Puck is won back by the Colonials. Connor is on the forecheck. Tries to strip the man. He got taken down. Player coming in on Matlack. Matlack driving him wide. Matlack takes him out. Puck is in the skates. Kern has it. Kern avoids the check. Matlack now battling with Wakey. Colonials taking puck away again. Colonials move it out front. It gets tipped at the point. Puck is shot and deflected wide. Colonials pick it up behind the net again. Colonial player now moving up and around the zone. He's moving around the entire team. He cuts to the middle. The shot goes up high. Colonials pick it up at the point. Colonial shot is held by Schofield. No further play. We're going to have a face-off deep in the Royal zone. Marsala on the draw. Puck is won back to the point by the Colonials. They move it forward. Lazzarino steps in, and they move it out of the zone. Royals trying to get some pressure here. Haven't had much control of the puck as of yet. And the Colonials steal it away again. Shot comes as a save by Schofield. And now Messimer takes the puck. Messimer has a little trouble with it. And the puck does come out of the zone. Was touched, should have been offsides, but not called. And now they move it in again to do the Colonials. Messimer steps into the man. Gindy takes the puck. Gindy off the wall to Lazzarino. And it's taken away by the Colonials again to a man wide open in front. Schofield with the save. And now they go D to D with it. Shot comes wide. And Marsala now coming to get the puck. Marsala on the near wall. Moved it up to Messimer. He wasn't expecting it. And it's in the far zone now. Colonials still control. They move it across ice and they dump it in. Schofield's going to stop that, move it to the corner to Gindy. Gindy now moves it up to Milak. Milak up to Craig off his stick. Colonials have it. Marsala tries to chip it in, gets taken off his stick. And now they dump it back in. And Milak going back to get it. Colonial player chips it by him. Milak lost his stick. Looks like he's trying to get it back, and he does. Marsala now with the puck, moves it up high. Stopped there by the Colonials, and they dump it back in again. They move it out front. Nello is there, try to move it out. Was held in again. Colonials control again behind the net. Colonials now moving it back behind the net again. They're coming in front. Man is there, and he puts it in, and it's a 4-0 lead. Five and a half to go here in the first period. Royals down 4-0. Haven't had much going on lately in the offensive zone. Haven't had control of the puck. Hopefully they can get something going. All right, Kern on the draw. Colonials win it back. They go into their own zone. They turn. They tip it up. Puck's at the red line. Stopped there by Buzzy. Buzzy moves it over to Milak. Milak moving in over the red line. Dumps it in. Kern going in on the forecheck. Colonials looking to reverse it. Man is wide open on the far side. They move it out front. It's off a player, and Kern picks it up. Kern now looking to move it by. Shot is blocked. Colonials pick it up. They try to go cross ice. That's stopped by Buzzy. It's offsides. The face-off just outside the Colonial zone. The Kern on the draw. Puck is one to the near wall. Moved into the Colonial zone. They're going back to get it. Waking on the forecheck. They move it right out. Milak stops it there. Milak looking to move it in. He does. He's over the blue line. Milak stops. Milak curls. Moves it out front to Kern. He moves it down low to Wakey. Wakey had a shot. It was a save. Nice little setup there. Little offensive time. Little push here for the Royals. Let's see if they can get something going. We're going to have Kern on the face-off. Puck is won back by Kern to Milak. Shot comes, it's blocked. It's in some skates. Colonials dump it out. Buzzy coming back to get it. Buzzy turns at his blue line and then moves it out. Moves it over. Colonials pick it up there. Coming in 2-on-1 if they hurry. Moves around Milak who went down. Shot came off the post. And now it's knocked out of play. All right, Royals sending out Matlack with Lazzarino, a Messimer with Marsala, and a Pedisano. Puck is won back by the Royals. Matlack behind his own net. Matlack coming out front with it. Moves it up and out of the zone, out of play. We'll have a face-off on the other side in the Royal zone now. Marsala on the draw. Leans it back to Matlack. Matlack caught around to Lazzarino. Lazzarino now. Lazzarino loses it, and they move it out front. That was a high stick. I'm not sure how they don't call that. Now Matlack in the corner. Matlack takes out the man. Colonials have two men there. Royals have a few as well. Lazzarino tips away a centering pass. Shot comes, is blocked by Lazzarino. Lazzarino in the corner. Puck is taken from him again by the Colonials. Marsala takes the man out. Marsala now with the puck. Marsala trying to move it up and out. He's being bothered. Puck does come out of the zone. Colonials pick it up and bring it right back in. Colonial player moves it into the corner again. Curls and stops. Messimer steals it. They get it to the blue line, but not out. Matlack going back to get it again. Matlack coming around with the puck on the far side here. Matlack off the wall, but only the Colonials there. And they bump, and now Marsala has the puck. Marsala moves over the blue line, tries to cut to the middle, surrounded by a bunch of Colonials, and they move it out. They steal the puck and move it out. Now they chip it by. Matlack going back to get it again. Matlack back again, and the Colonials pick it off again. Colonials back to the point. Shot comes into the belly of Schofield, and he'll hold on. Royals sending out Kern with Nicoletta and Craig, Gindy and Milak on defense. Kern on the draw. Puck is won back by the Colonials. They go to the D. Shot comes, tipped, and a save there by Schofield. They pick it up again off the wall. And 33 coming around. Tries to move it over. It's deflected, but they move it back behind the net again. Colonials have been cycling this puck. Kern picks it off, tips it by, but Colonials still control. They move it down to the half wall. Milak steps into the man. Craig picks up the puck. Craig now gets double teamed. Colonials pick it up again. Colonials dump it down low, and now Nicoletta has it. He goes off the wall, and it's stopped again. And now Nicoletta moving up on the man. They move it down low. Big save there by Schofield. Kern now tips it by. Colonials stop it again. And now it's behind the net. Milak there. Milak, Colonials control the puck. They move it to the point. Shot coming is low, and it's a save. And now Craig tips it by, but they're going to pick it up at the point again. Shot comes. It's blockered away. Gindy back there on the man. Kern tips it away. Gindy trying to take the puck. Puck is being bounced around. Milak now controls. They try to move it out. Somebody got hit there. It looked like it was Craig. Royals having difficulty just getting out of the zone, and now they do, and they move it over to Craig. Craig now at the red line. Craig trying to move over the blue line. He turns, and he dumps it down low. Colonial's looking to make a home run pass, and it's off the player. Not going back to get him. He takes the man out, knocks the puck away. Marsala going to get it. Move it out. Colonials do. They move it to the point. Shot coming is blocked. Connor's trying to get there. It's tipped in again. And they move it across to the far side. Matlack trying to get there. He gets hacked. No call. And now Pettis, who is that? Buzzy moves it behind the net to Connors. Connors tried to get it out to Marsala. It was picked off. And Colonials pick it up, moving it down low again. They move it back to nobody, and Marsala is there. Marsala over the blue line trying to beat the man. Marsala with a shot. That's blocked. And Marsala still battling for the puck. Two Colonials there. Marsala comes away with it. Marsala gets rubbed out on the boards. And now Connors tipped it by. Matlack chips it back to Connors. Connors now with a shot. That's a glove save, and he'll hold on. 25 seconds to go in the first period. All Colonials. We'll have Marsala with Wakey and Connors, Buzzy and Matlack on defense. Puck is won back by the Royals. Buzzy has it at the point. Shot goes wide. Colonials pick it up. And they're holding it up in the corner now. They move it out with 12 seconds to go. Matlack going back to get it. Bangs it off the wall. Didn't get it out though, and so they have it again, do the Colonials. Wakey holds on to it here on the half wall. And there's the horn to end the first period, which left a little bit to be desired from the Royals' point of view. The Royals looked a little lackadaisical here in the first. Didn't really get their legs going until the last maybe minute or so in the first, and are looking at a 4-0 deficit. All right, so to start the second period, we're going to have Marsala with Wakey and Connors. Lazzarino and Milak on defense. Puck is one forward. Connors has it. Shot comes over the net. Milak stops it at the point, dumps it back down low, past Wakey. Connors picking it up behind the net, moves it down behind to Marsala. Marsala looking to make a play. Gets it towards the front, loses it. Lazzarino gets there and chips it back in. Wakey now with the puck. He curls. Wakey gives it to Connors. He curls as well. Connors looking to move it towards the front. Loses it there, and it goes back. Milak now fumbles the puck, but Lazzarino back there to help. Schofield knocks it away. Milak loses the man. They move it across. Saved there by Schofield, and Connors is coming across. Colonials pick off that pass, and they dump it down low. Lazzarino going back. Lazzarino chips it over to Milak. Milak now looking to move it out. Right to the Colonials, pick it off. Shot comes. It's a save there by Schofield. Wakey now chips it back behind the net. And Lazzarino with a Colonial back there. And now Marsala has the puck. Marsala looking to chip it by. Was stopped. And now he does move it in deep. Royals trying to get a partial change here. And it's like nobody's awake on the bench. And so we won't get a change. And so now Milak takes the puck. Milak looking to move it down low. Gets it wide and behind the net. Colonials take it there. Marsala has it on the half wall. Chips it by, back and down low. And now Colonials chip it up the half wall. Look to move it in. And Matlack the only man back. It's a 3-on-1. Shot is taken. Schofield made the save. And now Matlack trying to get there to help out. Matlack going behind the net with 33. And Buzzy back there as well. Shot was taken. I don't know if it was a shot pass and missed everything. And now Matlack going behind his net to get it. Matlack moving it around to Messimer on the near side. Chips it by. Only the Colonials are there again. And now Buzzy stops that shot. And Colonials pick it up again. Colonials have it at the point now. Colonials walking right in and they score. I mean, I'm not sure what the Royals are thinking. But you can't just let players walk in. Hey, Royals, you want to go home? All right, back to action here. Royals have it in the Colonial zone. They move it across off Kern's skate, and Colonials move it out. Colonials now move it over the blue line. Messimer tags the puck. Messimer loses the puck at center, and now Gindy chips it by. Colonials pick it up again. Royals trying to chip it in. Can't chip it in. It's at the blue line, and now it's chipped by. And puck is brought in off sides. .13:09 to go here in the second period. 5-0 Colonials. All right, Colonials controlled, moved it in off sides. We're going to have a face-off just outside the Royal zone. Kern on the draw. Colonials control, move it in. Gindy going back to get it. And he gets tied up there. Colonials almost come away with it, but now the Royals come away with it. Messimer has the puck. It's knocked off his stick. Kern picks it up and just offside. Marsala on the draw, just outside the Colonial zone. Puck is won back by the Colonials. They go D to D. They move it up the side wall, and they pick it up there. Stopped there by Milak, and it's in the Royal zone now. Buzzy going back to get it. Buzzy moves it around to Nicoletta. Nicoletta gets taken out. Colonials take the puck. And Colonials control now at the side wall. They move it behind the net. Milak takes out the man. Milak trying to move it, but no one there. And now the Colonials have it at the point. They go D to D, and he's going to walk in again. Shot comes, and it's a save there by Schofield. And Colonials pick up the rebound. Another save by Schofield. Colonials control again at the point. Royals running around, and the Colonials are just moving it around. And now a pass behind the net gets by Milak, and looks like it's out of the zone. And now the Colonials control on their side of the red line. They move it over the blue line. And gets pickpocketed there. A shot comes, it's blockered away. And now Colonials have it again at the defense at the point. Nicoletta steps into him. And now the Colonials have it again at the front. Milak moves it by. Milak trying to chip it by. Marsala can't get there, and Colonials control again. Moving it. Stick handles around Buzzy. And a big save there by Schofield. Royals have to start taking the body. Colonials are walking around like it's a easy day at the park for them. Royals sending out Kern with Wakey and Connors. Matlack and Gindy on defense. Kern on the faceoff. Puck is taken behind the net. Colonials control. Shot's taken. It's off the post. And now Colonials control again on the wall. Colonials move it down low. Colonials move it to the point. And now they move it D to D. And he fans on the shot. They move it out front. Gindy is there to knock it away. Colonials moving it. And it's behind in the corner. Royals trying to move it along. Not sure where the puck is. Now it's coming back on the wall, and Colonials move it back down low again. Gindy trying to get there. Oh, Colonial player takes a nosedive. Matlack dumps it out, or tried to, and it was picked off and moved it across. Colonial player couldn't do anything with the pass, and they move it out to the point again. Shot coming, blockered away by Schofield. Not like moving into the corner with that player. They get there and they move it to the point. It's deflected out by Connors. Royals trying to get something going. Kern has the puck now, moves it across to Connors. Connors tries to drag. It's knocked off his stick, and they're coming in. Colonials coming in on Matlack. Wakey back. They move it across. Connors picks it off. Connors now coming in with Kern. Connors over the blue line. Connors trying to move it down low. He will. And Colonial player takes it away there. And Kern trying to control. They move it back, and Connors is there. Connors tried to move it out front, but didn't see a Pedisano in time. Colonials take it away. Milak tries to step up, and now Colonials have it, moving it in on Lazzarino. They try to move it by. Pedisano comes back. Player goes down. Kern moves it around to the near side. Messimer here. Messimer now falls down. Shot comes from the point. Easy save for Schofield. Another shot. Another save for Schofield. Lazzarino has the puck. Moves it behind to Milak. Milak off the wall to Messimer. Colonials step in front of that pass. Colonials just a step faster than the Royals. There's nothing else I can say. Now Kern with the puck. Moves it to Milak. It was picked off and almost put in. And now, tried to spring Kern on a break. Colonials picked that off. They move it across. Shot comes. That was a shot pass off the far pad. Schofield made the save. The rebound went wide. And now Messimer loses it again. They move it out front, wide open. Another big save for Schofield. Royals need to help their goalie a little bit here. Schofield doing everything he can. Royals don't seem interested to play. All right, Marsala now on the draw. Wins it over to Matlack, chips it off the wall. Colonials are there. They move it down low again. Matlack behind the net again, trying to chip it by. 2 Colonials on him, and now Craig has the puck in the corner. Craig moves it behind the net to Matlack. That was stopped. They chip it by. He chips it to Craig again. Craig now with the puck, moves it up to Marsala. Marsala over the blue line, and he gets stopped. Colonials pick it up again. They finally get hit, and now they're at the red line. There's a mess of players here. Colonials come away with it. They move it over the blue line. Pass comes across to a wide open guy. That's off the post. Nicoletta now has it, try to move it out, and he does. Colonials now regroup at center, move it in. 33 has it. He takes a shot. That's a blocker save, and the rebound is put in. .753 here to go in the second period. It's a 6-0 Colonials lead. All right, face-off is won back by the Royals. Gindy dumps it in. Wakey gotten in on the forecheck. They reverse it. Wakey takes the man out. Colonials control, though. Colonial player dances around a couple of players, but Connors picks it off. Connors now getting to the puck behind the net. Connors dumps it out front. Shot there is a save. Rebound. Rebound is still loose, and it's behind the net now. Connors comes away with it. Connors trying to move it out front to Wakey. There he is. He tried to move it, and it just couldn't get a handle on it to shoot it. And now Milak gets to the point and dumps it back down low. Wakey pins the man up on the wall. And now Connors comes in to help. Colonials come away with it. They fire it out. Gindy back, stops it. Player moves almost around him and now does move around him to a wide open man. The shot comes. It's held by Schofield. Rebound goes wide. Colonials pick it up again. Colonial player now on the near side here, dumps it back down low, goes for a change. Gindy now with Kern behind the net. Bunch of Colonials there. Puck comes away. Schofield with another save. Wakey now with the puck, dumps it high off the glass and out of the zone. Connors trying to get it on a forecheck. Colonials coming away with it. Colonials now over the blue line. Colonials with speed try to split the D, but they don't. And now Connors has the puck. Moves it up to a Pedisano just out of his reach. Probably going to be an icing here. And it is. We're going to have a face-off deep in the Royals zone. Marsala with Messimer and a Pedisano. Matlack and Lazzarino on defense. Marsala on the draw. Kicks it to the sidewall. Pedisano is there. Now it's at the point. They move it across. Lazzarino is there. Lazzarino behind the net to Matlack. Matlack up the middle. He's got a wide open Marsala on a break. Marsala moves it. And I don't know where it is. I think it's in the net. We've got a goal. Way to go. Nice play there by Matlack to move it to Marsala, cutting through the middle. Royals get a goal, 6-1. All right, a little life there for the Royals, maybe. Maybe we found something. All right, Marsala on the draw here at center. Marsala wins it back. Matlack coming back to get it. Matlack chips it up. Hit a player there. I can't see the puck. That's going back into the zone. Lazzarino going back to get it. Lazzarino back to Matlack. Matlack up to Messimer. Messer moves to the middle, over the blue line and out, over the red line, looking to go wide. Gets tipped off his stick, and now they're coming back in with it, are the Colonials. Back on Matlack and Lazzarino. They dump it by. Matlack going back to get it in the corner with the Colonial player. Tries to lock up with him. They move it out front. Puck is shot and deflected over the net. Pedisano going back to get it. Chips it back to Matlack. He was thinking somebody else was there, I guess. Left it alone, but he does chip it by. And now it's in the corner. Matlack has it again. Matlack moves it over to Lazzarino. Lazzarino now. Going to just get it out off the wall. Colonials going back into their own zone to get it. Colonials come around the net with it. Colonials move it up. And they're coming across with speed again. They're coming over the blue line. Stopped there by Lazzarino and Marsala, but they chip it down low. Now they have it in the corner. They turn with it, move it out front. Wide open man. They get it down low, but Schofield came out, made the save, and now Pedisano has it. Pedisano chips it by over the blue line, over the red line, and into the zone. It stopped there, moved into the zone, and now Colonials have it. They move it out. And that goes into the Royals bench. We'll have a whistle. 4:31 to go. 6-1 Colonials. We'll have a face-off deep in the Colonial zone. Kern on the draw with Craig and Nicoletta. Buzzy and Gindy on defense. One back. Craig gets a shot off. That's stopped. And now the Colonials pick it up behind the net. They move it up. Gindy steps up, tries to keep it in. Colonial players come away with it, and they move it in. Colonials players looking to move it to the center. Stopped there by Buzzy, and he controls. Tries to move around a player. Gets taken off his stick. And now they find a wide open man. He takes a shot, and it's over the net. They move it to the point. Shot comes. Save there for Schofield. And now Kern and Gindy get their wires crossed. Nobody took the puck, and now Colonials control. They move it to the point. Puck gets knocked around. Nicoletta has it, loses it, and now the Royals just get rid of it and ice it. Might as well just ice it at that point. Royals making a full-scale change here. Marsala with Wakey and Connors, Milak, and Lazzarino on defense. Puck is won back by Marsala to Milak. He moves it around to Lazzarino. Lazzarino off the wall to Wakey. Gets stopped there. Back to Lazzarino. Back to Milak. Milak tries to move it back, and that gets picked off. And now the player tries to move around everyone. Colonials almost come away with it. Marsala has it, chips it off the wall, and it's held in, and now it's out of the zone. And player tried to get around Connors, who stole the puck. Connors now drags, tries to give it to Marsala. He's met, and Colonials come away with it. They make another home run pass out wide. Player comes in, takes a shot, save, out of play. 3:08 to go here in the second period. 6-1 Colonials. All right, puck is won back by Marsala. Milak controls. Milak gives it back to Lazzarino. The Colonial player was there and tied him up. So Milak going back to get it again. Gets taken down, no call. And now the Colonials control in the corner, move it out to the point. They move it towards the net. It was wide. Lazzarino trying to get there. They move it to the point again. Puck is shot down low into the corner again. They move it down low behind the net. Colonials control. They find a man wide open. Save there for Schofield. And the rebound is another save. And the rebound, another save. And now we got a mess of players in the front. And a little rough stuff happening here. And it looks like cooler heads will prevail. And it looks like the ref's going to take one each. We've got Wakey going into the box for the Royals and one player for the Colonials as well.
Let's get done. Do one more night. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get done.
All right, we're going to have a face-off just outside the Royal zone. We've got Marsala on the draw. Puck is won to the sidewall there. Milak steps up, chips it in, going to get it himself. He stops, moves it down to Marsala. Marsala out front. Connors, big save there by the goalie. A nice play by the Royals, though. And now the goalie going to jump on it, and he's going to hold on. Nice play there for the Royals. Royals just got to try to chip away at the lead here and make this respectable. They're better than they've played thus far. All right, Marsala on the draw deep in the offensive zone. Puck is won back by Marsala to Lazzarino. Moves it over to Milak. Shot comes. It hits Nello. He tries to gather the shot and turn, and he gets taken away. Colonials pick it up, move it in. Stop there, and not sure what happened. Whistle for maybe an offsides. I don't know. Or maybe the door was open. Player got knocked into the door. All right, 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Face-off won by Marsala. Back to Milak. Moves it to Lazzarino. Moves it up off the wall to Connors. He chips it. Tried to chip it to Marsala, but that was picked off. And now the Colonials coming in on it. Try to go by Milak. They take it behind the net. Colonials still control. Milak harassing that player. Colonials have it behind the net. Locked up there with Lazzarino. Marsala now, and Milak comes away with the puck. Milak now moving wide. Milak trying to chip it by, and now he's just going to dump it in. Mello in on the forecheck. Colonials move a pass out just by the player, and no icing. And Colonials beat Matlack there, and now they take it in the corner. They try to move it out, And now Matlack takes it, moves it out, but right to the Colonials player. Shot comes, it's a save, and Schofield holds on to it. Milak took the player out. Zone, 1:03 to go. All right, Kern on the draw, deep in the zone. Puck is won back by the Colonials. They look to go across. Puck was stopped, and Schofield holds on.
Right to the top, never going down, don't wait for the drop. Never stand still, that's the motto. Brand new bands to the auto. Foot to the ground, first bottom. Eight in the keys of the night like lotto. Damn, y'all talk vibes, never this quiet. Like when the sun so bright.
We have another face-off deep in the Royal zone. Kern on the draw. One forward. Matlack trying to get there. They move it out front, and that was off Schofield. Matlack now battling with Kern, and now the Colonials pick it up. Wide open man out front, and they put it in. Royals just not marking men. Not sure what they're looking at. All right, Colonials with the puck now, moving over the red line, over the blue line. Matlack trying to mark up the man, tips the puck away. He moves it to the point and walks to the front. Shot comes, blockered away by Schofield. Colonials control again. They move it to the point. Control. They move it down low. Shot comes, and it's off wide. And now they move it down low again. Now Colonials still control. Buzzy battling behind the net. And Kern now behind the net. Buzzy behind the net. And it's like still a battle for the puck. And now the Royals finally come away with it. Messimer has it. There's the horn to end the second period. A lackluster period again. And maybe we were only outscored 2-1 in that period, or 3-1, not sure. A little better than the first period, in my opinion, but not enough life on this bench at the moment.
Make my wish come true, baby, all I want for
All right, so we're getting ready to start the third period here. Royals down 7-1 to the Colonials, being outshot 40-9. All right, we're going to have a face-off here at center. Kern with Connors and Wakey. Matlack and Lazarino on defense. All right, puck is won back by the Colonials. They take it into their own zone. They go D to D, and they move it up the wing. They dump it in. Kern stops it there. Connors has the puck. And Connors has the puck still. Gets hit there. And now they move it D to D again. And they dump it in. Lazarino coming back to get it. Lazarino chips it to Matlack. Matlack loses it there, but chips it. And now Colonials have it at the point. The shot comes, it's wide. And now Connors has the puck. Connors around his own net, moving wide. And he moves it by. Kern tips it back to him. He gets tripped. And they're saying offsides. All right, we're going to have a face-off just outside the Colonial zone. Kern on the draw. Puck is in the skates. Nobody's winning that one. Then Colonials come away with it, and they dump it right in. Going back to get it is Buzzy. And the Colonials are going to get there first, and they're going to chip it by, and they control. They move it out front. They control at the point. They move it back down low again, and it's behind the net. Colonials player comes away with it, moves it to the other side, and it's off the skate. And now Kern and Wakey knock into each other. Kern trying to get there, takes the man. Wakey with the puck. Now 4 players banging into each other. Kern trying to chip it by. Wakey gets to the puck, and it's off his stick. Colonials come away with it, and the puck is shots taken, and it's out of play. We'll have a face-off inside the Royal zone.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
We're going to have a face-off deep in the Royal zone, far side. Marsala with Messimer to Pedisano. Gindy and Buzzy on defense. Puck is won by Colonials. They move it up high, try to chip it back down low. It's locked up on the wall now, and they come away with it. They move it back down low. Try to move it across, nobody home. Messimer trying to get there. He doesn't. Now he does. Takes a little reverse hit, takes the man out. And now the Royals are going to make it out of the zone. Marsala with the puck. He's got it with Messimer and chipped off Marsala's stick, and now Buzzy has it. Buzzy loses it. Colonials coming away with it. They move it across. Save there for Schofield. Rebound is a save as well. Buzzy has it. Moves it up the sidewall. Buzzy has it again. He turns. Moves it behind the net to Gindy. Gindy back to Buzzy. Buzzy now on the far side. Moves it up off the wall to a Pedisano. He tips it out of the play. Out of the zone. Messimer steals it from the Colonials. Moves it back to Marsala. Marsala scores! And there we go. 7-2. Royals with some heads-up play there. Messimer stole the puck, got it to an open Marsala, and we have a 7-2 lead. All right, Kern on the draw with Nello and Craig. Lazarino and Milak on defense. Colonials control. They move it into the zone, and it's going into the corner. Milak has it, leaves it there for Kern. Kern reverses. Colonials are there by themselves, and Schofield had to get across to make a save. Shot comes, it's wide, and now Nello chips it to the far wall. Player dumps it behind the net, and he controls now behind the net. Lazarino steps into him, and now the Colonials control it on the other side. They try and move it to the point. They move it back down low. And now Milak picks it up. Milak has Craig wide open, doesn't give it to him, controls the puck, gets taken out by 3 players, and Colonials have the puck. Colonials move it to a wide open front man. Lazzarino is there. Lazzarino sweeps away. Colonials pick it up again. The shot goes wide. Colonials are going to pick it up on the far side. They move it back down low. They move it to the point again. Fumbles it, but keeps it, and he moves it back down low behind the Royals net now. Colonials with it. They reverse. They have it in the corner. Colonials still with the puck. He brings it off the wall, moves to the center, takes a shot, saved there by Schofield. Colonials pick it up again. And now puck is chipped behind the Royals net. Lazzarino goes back there. Royals just standing around. And Colonials are going to pick it up again. Royals really don't seem interested. They just look tired. Shot comes. Schofield makes the save. Holds on for a whistle. Marsala on the draw, wins it back. Matlack moves it around. Buzzy trying to get there. Colonials going to get there first. And the Colonials pick it up in the corner. And now there's 4 players there. And Leakey trying to chip it by. Buzzy. Puck goes to the point. Shot comes. Is saved by Schofield. Connor's now on the sidewall. Matlack there trying to harass the player. They pick it up. They move it. But Buzzy is there. Buzzy now reverses back to Matlack out of his reach. And now it's in the corner again. They move it out front. And a one-time shot is a goal. All right, face off here, won back by the Colonials. They go D to D. And they look to move it up the sidewall. Marsala stops it. That's moved in off sides. Face off just outside the Royal zone. Marsala on the draw. Puck is won by the Royals. It's moved into their zone. Gindy going back to get it. Gindy in the corner now, battling with Marsala and 2 Colonial players. Puck pinned up against the wall. Ref asking them to move it. It finally comes free. Marsala tries to chip it by. Gets chipped back in down low. Matlack there. Matlack gets rubbed out, but still battling there. Moves it up to Marsala. Marsala trying to move it out to Wakey. Didn't get there. And now a shot comes. Schofield makes the save. Matlack tries to take out the player. And the puck is in the corner. They move it to the point. They move it D to D. Shot coming there is blocked. It's in a mess of skates. And still battling there. Colonials come away with it. They take a shot and it's blocked again. Another shot comes and that's a save by Schofield and he'll jump on the puck. Face-off won by the Colonials. They move it from the point down low. And Milak trying to get there in the corner. Colonials take it. It's picked off there. Still on the sidewall. Milak messing with a player. And puck is still on the wall. Colonials come away with it. Shot coming is Muff. Another shot is a save by Schofield. Gindy trying to work over a player. Colonials come away with it again. And now Messimer tries to come away with it. And now Gindy comes away with it. We're going to get out of the zone. Messimer with the puck over the red line. Moves it across to a Pedisano. He gets stopped. and they move it across out of Nello's reach, and now Colonial's coming away with it again. Colonial's shot coming into the glove of Schofield, and he'll hold on. All right, puck's won by the Colonials again. They move it back down low. Zarino picks up a centering pass. He's got it behind the net. Zarino across to Buzzy. Buzzy now. Buzzy trying to move it up to Messimer. It's out of the zone. Colonial's going to move it right back in. Messimer is there. Messimer now turns back in his zone behind the net. Messimer now moving forward. Messimer moves it up to a Pedisano. Pedisano over the red line. And he turns and tried to move it across to Buzzy. Lost the puck. And now Zarino takes a man down. Buzzy steps into a player. Nello has the puck. Nello now turns in his zone. Nello now bone behind the net. Nello back to Lazzarino, reverses. And now Lazzarino is going to move it off the wall to Messimer. Messimer picks it up. Messimer with a shot. Looked like goalie made the save there. And now the puck is on the far wall. And Colonials are going to pick it up there and move it around to the open side. Player is there to chip it out. Buzzy stopped it, held it in. And it's moved back in, down low. 8:20 to go here in the third period. Colonials with an 8-2 lead. And they try to move it deep. Lazzarino intercepts. Lazzarino steps into the player, and now Buzzy has the puck. Buzzy moves it up, and Colonials pick off that, and the player gets hit into the wall. And now Craig and Buzzy battling with two players. Marsala there as well. And Craig trying to chip it free. Colonials look like they're going to chip it down low, and they pick it up down low. Colonials move it out around the net to the point and to the open point. Player going to walk in from there and take a shot. Save there for Schofield, and he's going to hold on. 7:40 to go here in the third period. And the Colonials win the face-off. They get it to the point, and they dump it around. Craig trying to get there. Colonials beat him there. Shot coming from the point. That's wide. Going to come to the other point. They pick it up there, and they chip it back down low. Milak coming in on the player. Marsala tries to chip it up off the wall, and that's held. And now Matlack behind his own net. Colonials pick it up there. Matlack stops in. And now Matlack trying to get to the puck with Marsala. Off of two players. Matlack chipping it by. Milak there. Now Marsala takes the puck. Marsala moves it up the sidewall and out of the zone. Marsala steps around a man. Puck is moved into the Colonial zone. Craig there on the forecheck. They chip it by. And Colonial's looking to make a home run pass. They're coming in. Coming in on Matlack. Trying to move around him, and he doesn't. And the puck is off Schofield, and now Marsala has the puck. Marsala tried to get it up to Connors. It was off of him. And now Matlack has it again. Matlack up to Pedisano. Tipped and into the zone. Colonials move it up the far wall, wide open, and they move it to Messimer. Messimer picks off a centering pass. Messimer has the puck. Messimer moves it to the point. They move it back down low. Wakey now with it. Wakey tries to turn with it. They get taken out. They try to move it out, and they do. Colonials trying to move it out, gets stopped there. They take it back into their zone. And they move it up over the red line. Colonials now over the blue line, cuts to the middle with it. And they move it down low. Nobody home there. And they move it to the point again. Shot coming. It's a save for Schofield, and he'll hold on. And now Milak and another player going at it. Punches are being thrown. And looks like Milak and 33 are going at it pretty good. So we should have some penalties here after that display. Milak being escorted off the ice. And I would think 33 is going to be taken off the ice as well. And looks like 33 staying on the bench, so I'm not sure what the refs are calling here. Got to take them both, Stripes. That's terrible. All right, so it looks like both players are going to get tossed out of the game here. So with 5:56 to go, an 8-2 Colonials lead. Matching penalties, I would assume. All right, we're going to have a face-off deep in the Royals zone. We've got Messimer with the Pedisano and Wakey. Looks like Indy and Buzzy on defense. Wakey on the draw. Puck is in their skates. Colonials control at the blue line and dump it back down low, which seems to be their game plan all game. They move it out front. Schofield makes a save, and Colonials control again. Buzzy steps into the player. Now Wakey steps into his man. Pedisano now with the puck, moves it to Buzzy. He loses it. And Colonials pick it up and put it over Thomas for a 9-2 lead. All right, so we're going to have Marsala with Nicoletta and Craig, Lazzarino and Matlack on defense, face off at center ice. 5:35 to go here in the third period of what has been really an unimpressive attempt here for the Royals. Didn't come out with a lot of fire, and, we're chasing the game from the get-go. Lazzarino with the puck at the point takes a shot. Goalie makes the save. He'll hold on. All right, we got Marsala on the draw deep in the offensive zone. Face-off is one to the side wall, and it's chipped down low. Colonials chip it out to the point. Lazzarino steps into it. Lazzarino holds it in, and now the Colonials come away with it. Colonials moving over the red line will dump it in. Lazzarino going back to get it. Lazzarino bangs it around the wall. Colonials are there, but now Matlack has it and chips it around. Lazzarino trying to get there. Colonials step into him. And now Craig is there as well. Marsala trying to get there. Colonials come away with the puck. Nope, still on the wall. Matlack now getting there. Chips it back on the wall. And now Craig has the puck. Gets it up to Marsala. Marsala moving it. Marsala being hounded from behind. Lazzarino now with the puck. Lazzarino moves it out of the zone. And Colonials control. They move it across. Colonials moving it over the blue line. shot comes, it's wide, and Colonials pick it up on the near side here. They'll move it to the point, nobody home there. And so they're going to pick it up in center ice and move it over the red line again. Colonials now moving it down low. Colonials stop. Matlack tries to step into the man. They move it out front. Shot coming. It's over the net and going to get to the point on the other side. They hold it in there. And they deflect in the shot from the point. And it's a 10-2 lead.
Oh, I can't change. That's why I'm free.
All right. So we've got a face-off. Colonials control. They go D to D. They move it into the Royal zone. Buzzy is there. Buzzy moves it up to Gindy. It's off his stick. They try to move it right out front to a wide open man. It gets picked off and moved out of the zone. Colonials pick it up back in their own zone. 3:35 to go. Hopefully it goes quickly. And it looks like 33 is back on the ice, so I guess he didn't get tossed. Not sure how that happened, but he moves the puck to the middle. And now Buzzy has the puck, tries to move it out front. Thomas makes a save and holds on. 3:20 to go here in the third period. All right, face off deep in the Royal zone. Puck is on the far wall, and a mess escapes. Colonials come away with it. And now it's moved to the point, and it's out of the zone. Defenseman fumbled it. And now Pedisano's got a break if he can get free. Got hooked, no call. And now the Colonials control behind their net. Gets stripped of the puck by Connors. Pedisano is there as well. Connors with the puck, gets moved up the wall. Colonials move it out and move it across. Colonials going to probably chip it deep if I had to bet. They do. And they pick it up in the corner. They move it out front. They move it in front. And scrum in front. Schofield has the puck. He's going to hold on. 2:38 to go. 10-2 Colonials lead. Face off is won by the Colonials. They dump it down low behind the net. They move it out front. Puck is blocked. Craig moves it over to Messimer. Messimer moves it out of the zone over the red line. Messimer drags over the blue line, gets surrounded, and loses the puck. Colonials move it out. They chip it past Matlack. Lazzarino going there to the corner. Lazzarino stops him, and Lazzarino moves it still in the corner. Marsala there as well. Marsala now coming around the net with it. Marsala trying to move it up the sidewall, and he does. He's over the red line. Marsala over the blue line. Marsala takes it into the corner. Marsala gets rubbed out on the wall there, and the puck gets moved around. Lazzarino has it there. Bangs it back down low. And Craig had it. And now Lazzarino gets a shot off. That goes wide. Colonials picking it up there, move it out of the zone. And Colonials chip it off the wall. And they chip it in. 1:37 to go. Matlack going back to get it. Matlack moves it around to Lazzarino. Lazzarino back to Matlack. Matlack to the near side for Pedisano. He loses it. Colonials are going to pick it up there. Colonials take a shot. It's over the net and wide. Matlack coming here in the corner. Colonials get stopped there. Man tripped Matlack, no call. And now Colonials pick it up again. They move it out front. Matlack kicks it along, and Pedisano is going to bring it out. Pedisano with 1 minute to go into the zone. Curls in the zone, moves it over. Wakey tried to move it, but the Colonials picked it off, and they come in. They're over the blue line. They stop with it. They move it to the point, move it to a wide open man in the slot. He loses it. Indy has it there now in the corner. Indy now battling. They move it across to a man. He takes a shot. That's over the net. And now puck is on the near side here. Pedisano chips it out with 34 seconds to go. Colonials move it to the near side at center. Now they just dump it in. 24 seconds to go here in the game. Buzzy has the puck. He moves it to the far side. Colonials will pick it up there. Indy there to pick up that centering feed. And now they have it again. They're trying to get one final shot here. They figure they'll get 11 goals if they can. 7 seconds to go. Shot comes. It's wide. Buzzy takes a hit in the back. And they move it out. And that's going to do it. This is Bobby Backcheck signing off for Eric Marsala with PuckDrop Productionz. Final score 10-2. Shots on goal 60-12. Royals be looking to regroup for tomorrow against the Gulls. We'll see you tomorrow, boys and girls.
Waiting for a